Welcome to Donmar TV News Channel, mga balita sa buwan ng Oktubre.
So dun sa mga katunggali natin ngayon, sa nangyayari dito, you don't have to turn off your Zoom. You can listen because this concerns you also because it concerns the national budget. That is why, when on September 29, the President asked Congressman Velasco, sabi niya, Lord, pumayag ka na, sa December na kayo magpalit kasi everyone in government agrees, dapat tapusin muna yung budget. Sabi niya sa Pangulo, anong petsa? Sabi ko, Mr. President, kung walang COVID, nasubmit yung budget ng SONA, tinapos namin ng buong August, may pruweba kami kasi last year we finished it in 1 month. Nasa Senado na ng September, and sa October, ginagawa na namin yung BICAM. So by November, magpalitan na kami dahil pipirmahan mo na lang yon. Mr. President, hindi po nangyari. Nasubmit ang budget late August. And even if the budget was submitted late August, some of the assumptions of the budget was pre-COVID. Hindi pa napapaloob dito. Look at the budget of the Department of Health. Kung kailan may pandemic at yung crisis is a crisis both of livelihood and health or lives, mas mababa pa ang budget ng health. Hindi ba obvious sa atin lahat dito na dapat mas mataas ang budget ng health sa pandemya? Di ba? So, I proposed to the President, after asking Congressman Velasco twice, sabi ko, Mr. President, if Congressman Velasco will allow, ulitin ko sa kanya, I offered him to be the senior deputy speaker. I offered that to him para siya yung parang understudy. But I will treat him like an equal. So, pagdating ng 1521, smooth na yung palitan. Sabi ko, wala nang palitan ng mga chairmanships except for one kasi ipinasok ko na lahat ng nirecommend niya. So, ang sabi niya, hindi pwede, kailangan September 29 or October 14. Sabi ko, Lord, tatapatin kita. Di mo naman kasi alam yung budget kasi hindi ka naman pumapasok. So, sabi niya, hindi, Mr. President, sinabi niya sa labas, I will pass the budget kung ano nakalagay sa NEP. Mismo pong yung mga departamento na sa likod natin nagsasubmit ng errata Kasi nga hindi naman nila alam yung COVID. Ang Senate po hindi papayag na ipasa ang budget ng NEP. Kayo ba papasok? Papayag? Then he came up with a video na panay barkada daw ni Cayetano ang may budget. First of all, ang nag-submit ng budget, President's budget. So, paano naman nangyari na barkada ni Cayetano ang nasa President's budget? So, bakit iba ang sinasabi sa inyo ni Congressman Velasco at iba yung sinasabi niya kay Presidente? Number 2, just for the sake of, baka naman na lusutan ako, baka naman may mga barkada akong magaling maglakad, pinatignan ko po yung top 10. 7 out of 10 ng top 10, kaibigan ko pero hindi ko barkada. Some you will not say I'm even close. Some you will say, definitely I'm not very close. The example I gave yesterday was Congressman Zubiri, who's on the top 3 or top 5. I really like Congressman Zubiri. To be honest, wag magagalit si Migs, I like him better than Migs. Because he is quieter, but he works hard. He goes to my office na may dating papel, ano tingin mo dito? He's always here. Kahit hindi niya committee, ina-attendan niya. So I think he deserves the budget. But I do not know why. Isa sa pinakamataas na budget, more than many of you here, si Congressman Lagman. Kayo naman po ang witness, di ba? Sa siyam na sinabi ni Congressman Lagman tungkol sa akin, 10 ay pagtuligsa sa akin. Diba? And that's his call. Diba? I still consider him a friend. Manong ko pa rin siya. But he doesn't agree with me with the issues. So be it. I did not agree with him years ago. But hindi naman nagalaw yung budget niya. So I do not know where this insurgency about the budget is coming from. But I have to speak about it because ang ganda na ng reputation ng House. Naiintindihan na ng tao na ang budget, hindi po to a bunch of meaningless pesos and centavos of commas and dots and an endless stream of debit, credit, spreadsheet. Nor is it a campaign kitty. It is not something that the politicians can dip their hands in at gamitin ito kung saan nila gusto. The budget is the embodiment of hope dun sa walang trabaho. Nagkakaroon sila ng pag-asa through public spending, magkakatrabaho. Dun po sa may insurgency. At isang dahilan ay kahirapan, walang tubig, walang kuryente, walang kalye, walang negosyo. The budget is an embodiment of hope na pag nagka-development sa lugar namin, baka matigil ang away. Kaya po, yung sinabi ko kay Congressman Velasco, pare, you need preparations. Do this with me. If, sabi niya, hindi, panay tao niya ganyan. Sabi ko, di, sumama ka na. Sinong tao mo, pumasok ka sa budget? Tignan mo isa-isa. Hindi, sisiraan mo lang ako hanggang December, uupakan ako ng mga tao mo. Sabi ko, di, ako na makikiusap sa kanila. Tsaka simple lang naman, upak sa'yo, tamad at absent. Di, wag kang tamarin at pumasok ka. Di ba? Insulto pa pag sinabing tamad ka, tapos araw-araw. Ako, pag nag-press con ako at sabihin kong tamad si Martin Romualdez, isa sa pinakamasipag dito si Martin Romualdez, di ako mukhang tanga. Di ba? So, you know, I sincerely apologize to the President that he had to hear that. And just like Congressman Velasco, I'm sorry to our people that we have to do this at this time. Kung sumunod lang siya sa usapan na November ang palitan, kung marunong lang siya magbilang na hanggang October talaga po ako, di wala sanang problema. Di ba? Pero masyado ng atat na pumunta dito, wala namang may akalain ng COVID. But unlike Congressman Velasco, who I think his apology is hilaw and insincere. Why? Nagsorry ka banat ng banat araw-araw yung mga tao mo tungkol sa budget. Nang iintriga kayo tungkol sa budget, di ba? Sasabihin nyo, mas malaki budget pati yung city namin. The budget of our city in 2019 was not prepared by me. I was not even Secretary of Foreign Affairs during the election. I was a private citizen. The reality is po, si Arnie Teves who complained about the budget, mas mataas pa po ang budget niya kaso sa distrito ni Congresswoman Lani Cayetano, aking asawa. Bakit mas mataas yung sa akin? Yung Laguna Lake, napakamahal gumawa ng kalye dun Hindi naman petty projects yan no? So, there will be time for us to discuss all of this. But he cannot say, sorry, I don't want yun sa budget. Si Cayetano, hino-hostage ang budget. We'll have time to discuss all of that. No? But action speaks louder than words. So let's prove it with actions this afternoon. To our people, while I am Speaker of the House, I promise you, every able-bodied congressman and woman who are with me now will work harder and will work smarter to give you a relevant, responsive budget you can be proud of. It won't be 4 books. Hindi po ito 4 na libro na hindi naman natin mabasa at hindi natin maramdaman ang gobyerno. Ang gusto ni Presidente Duterte, ramdam nyo ang gobyerno. Gutom ka, wala kang pagkain, hindi mo nararamdaman ang gobyerno. May sakit ka, walang gamot, hindi mo nararamdaman ang gobyerno. Nag-positive ka sa COVID, walang isolation center, hindi mo nararamdaman ang gobyerno. Wala kang trabaho, 6 na buwan na. Sabihin, eto 1 beses, tupad. Nararamdaman mo gobyerno? Kurot lang yun. Sec Bello wants to do more. But he cannot without this budget. And that's our task, and that's what we have today. And the second thing I promise our people, it will be transparent. I will find a way to present the budget to you na walang taguan. Nakakatawa naman itong mga kasama natin, pati si former Deputy Speaker Mikey Romero. Pasalamat ng pasalamat sa akin na sobra-sobra daw binigay ko sa party list. 2 Deputy Speaker lang hiningi sa akin, binigay ko 4. Sabi niya sa akin, bro, ilagay mo lang lahat sila, wag nang ako. Nung nalagay na silang lahat, bro, pagbigyan mo naman ako, para nandyan din ako. Pinakiusapan ko siya, bro, wag ka nang makialam sa speakership fight. Asikasuhin mo lang party list. Siya naman nagpilit pumunta sa Malacanang kasama si Kong Velasco. Di ba? Sabi ko, sige, budget na lang. O ano ba inaatupag nila? Sa grupo nila, banatan, maglabas ng false na claims. Don't get me wrong. If you didn't vote for me, you can keep your chairmanship. If iba politika natin, you're right, I'm left, I'm middle, you're socialist, I'm a Christian Democrat, whatever, I don't mind. We're against each other sa ibang issues, sa death penalty, in other controversial issues. Okay, you can keep your chairmanship. But don't keep your chairmanship, your membership sa rules and deputy speaker. Then instead na tumulong kayo sa budget, nagplaplano kayo how to take over at nang iintriga kayo, masasabotahe ang budget. That's precisely why the President said, pabayaan mo muna matapos ng December. And si Kong Velasco, in his own infinite wisdom, because I think his name is not just a name, I think for him it's a title. Hindi ka tunay na Lord, pangalan mo lang yon. Just because you wish it, it won't happen. So sabi niya, believe me, Mr. President, walang mangyayari, hindi magkakagulong budget. So sabi ko, pare, hindi ba panahon nyo nung gumulo yung budget? Oh, di ba kakampi mo si Nograles, kalaban nyo si Andaya. Oh, di ba tapos kumampi ka kay President GMA. Kumampi naman si kay Alvarez. Oh, hindi ba nagkagulo budget? Oh, tingin mo ba unicameral tayo? Hindi ba bicameral? Oh, di ba as soon as the Senate sees na may away, pork nang nasa isip? Oh, sa media ganun din. It's sometimes unfair to us, but it's the reality. So in front of the President, I told him, Lord, please, tell me how in this world can you say na hindi magkakagulo ang budget kung magpapalitan? That's why the next day, when I came to the President, I did not come to the President to tell him, Mr. President, binoto ako ulit. I cannot tell you the whole conversation, but I can tell you this. I told him, Mr. President, para wala ng gulo, mag-take over na si Congressman Velasco. And I explained why. Sir President, naghirap ang mga congressman 2019. Kilala ko sino nagtrabaho. Tininabaho nila yung budget nila. Pag umupo yan, papalitan lang niya. More than kalahati ng budget, in FLR hinold So yung prinamis din nila, kasi wala sila sa distrito nila, nandito sila. So umaasa sa distrito nila na may mga proyektong dadating, di ba? That's the reality. O Mr. President, ang dami nyo pang pinagawa sa amin. I won't go into the details. So, Mr. President, bobolahin ko lang mga kasama ko. Kung ako gagawa ng first part ng budget, tapos pagdating ng BICAM, papalitan niya. For as long as you can work with us on the budget, you can keep your post. But kung mamumulitika kayo, and gagamitin niyo yung posisyon niyo to destabilize the House, decency lang naman. Di ba? Konti namang paulit-ulit yung isa, palabra de honor. Panay palabra naman, wala namang honor. Di ba? Tapos pag ginamit mo yung palabra, yung word, I'm working quietly. Wala pong working quietly dito sa Kongreso. It's either you're working or you're not. Because work in Congress involves speaking. Sa committee, sa lounge, sa lobbying, dito, sa public hearings. There's no such thing. Sa distrito, you can work quietly. But even there, you have to give speeches, and even there, people have to know that you are working. So enough of all of this politics. People want results.